Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Vaping Jen's Reviews. I will be changing the name. I will be a sponsor, I will be a host on vaporstv.com starting this weekend, hopefully. I'll be on the Misfits channel, so come see me. It'll be called Juicin' with Vaping Jen, and we'll be talking about juices. I've got some sponsors started, so we'll be handing out some free giveaways and that kind of stuff. So please come and check it out. Now on to the review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Evic VT. I picked mine up at what is formerly known as Got Juice Vapors. They're now called the Oregon Vaping Society, located on, I believe it's Main Street in Springfield. I will put the link to their shop down below. They are selling these at retail for $120, which is a little bit more reasonable than a couple other the vendors. Vape Game is selling them at about $150. I have a feeling that once the hubbub settles down on this particular, the prices will come down. Of course, you can find deals online. My Vapor Store has them, and other companies, and they range in about $70. I've seen them in the low end, all the way up to about $120 online. Some with free shipping, some without. You'll have to do your own research for that. But today, this is a shout out to DeAndre and Charity Nettles over at their shop, because this they saved for me. And I have to say, I've been vaping this. I picked it up on Friday. I have been vaping on this all weekend long. I know that's only 4 days in. I will do a 30-day review afterwards. But so far, I love this little thing. So let's get down and look at what comes in your box. So you have your basic Evic Joytech box. I have picked what they call Racing Yellow. Now, in my book, that's bright orange. So here's the mod, and I will pull it out. Now, I have already had this obviously set because I've been using it. So here it is. You have a USB port here on the stripe line, which is really nice, meaning you can set this, plug it in, and here's the cord. I have it attached where it'll right into that piece, so you can vape while you're charging, so it is a pass-through, or you can stand it up. I know a lot of people don't like the issues of sitting it on its side because juice can come out of holes, things like that. So I love that they have it here instead of on the bottom. That was a great move for them. Let's see, what else do we have here? Of course, we have your spring-loaded 510 connector. This here is your dial for adjusting, and we'll get into that. Here's your screen. It's big, it's nice. It tells you, and we'll get into that as well later, your different areas. On the bottom, it has wonderful venting. It's actually a beautiful mod. What else do you get in this box? I like this so much because it's a complete set. So I take off here, you take this little out, and now I don't have them in here because they're here onto the side. But what comes with it is a manual, and the manual's okay. There's some issues, and I will get into that. Your warranty card, of course, the Nye coil was already on the base, but you also get your Mega 1 with the same color profile as the mod itself, which I really, really like. And it comes with a drip tip. This, of course, is my own 510 connection for my specialty tips. And the reason that I'm using a specialty tip is because I'm at 600 degrees on it, and this thing gets very hot, and I've burned my lip already once. So I have taken off personally my drip tip, and I'm using a glass handmade drip tip. I will put a link in the description where you can get these. It's designs by Tina. and this is the bumblebees, and so it fits right on top, and now I don't burn my lips. So that was one issue I didn't like about it. And then you of course get an extra coil, and this one is your titanium. This system uses the night coils, the titanium coils, and also if you are drippers, it will switch you. You can switch into variable wattage mode to use your drippers or your regular coils. So anyway, I'm putting all this back. Also, that came with it that I really, really liked is it came with its own sleeve. So it kind of dulls the color, but it protects it at the same time. So I will be right back in a second. I'm going to put all this together and then kind of show you how it's fit. So 1 second. Here we go. Okay, so I have the silicone sleeve on because I like to keep and care for my equipment, especially if I go and want to sell it or whatever. So I keep my things, try to keep them nice. Alright, so here's your Mega 1 or Ego 1 Mega tank. You flip it over like all the other tanks. You screw off the bottom, and there sits your coil. And I have the Nye coil in right now. So you have to be careful. The ones that are blue topped are Nye coils. The reds are the titanium. So I'm used to Nye coils, so those are the ones that I picked up. They also come in, excuse me, I'm dripping juice out of this thing. They come in packs of 5, which I have here. They're $22 also at Oregon Vaping Society. So they have them. They have them in Nye and Thai, and you can pick them up there. They're $22 for a 5-pack. Pretty reasonable what we're paying right now for most sub-ohm coils. Now, the Nye coil is a 0.2 coil. I believe the titanium is a 0.3. So this is definitely for more advanced users. I gotta grab my rag here. More advanced users that are used to sub-ohming. So I wouldn't recommend this for a beginner. But it is definitely a second or third step up, as long as you are careful with your stuff. So anyway, let's drip some liquid, which today, and I will be doing a review on this juice line. I am using Clouds 9 Vampire Blood, which is a fresh strawberries and cream, and oh my god, is this stuff amazing. This was sent to me to try and review, and I have been using it this weekend and absolutely love it. So I will be doing their full review here in probably another day or so. I'm trying to get through their juices. Anyway, I put it into this tank. So you have a very small area. That's the one thing that I do have to complain about. Small area for juice. So you're either going to want to, get a unicorn bottle so that you can get right down, because if you go in the center, kind of like your sub tanks and stuff, you're going to go right through to where you're vaping. So you have to do it off kind of to the side. So larger drippers don't fit so well, but it has little windows so you can see how much to put in. And the one thing I do like is actually you can take this right to the top of that particular center post, and it's not going to leak. It has not once leaked. Some of them you have to do right underneath that. This one you don't. It is just very well made how they did it. So I've now filled it up, and so like everything else, you flip it over, screw it on. And let me watch the juice, excess juice that's come out. So down here I have it on full open, but this is where you adjust here. You can change it however you want, closed. I keep it full open, so because obviously more open, you get more airflow, meaning more clouds. So Mine's wide open, and I'm cleaning off the juice. You don't want to get the juice down into the pins. You don't want to get juice down into the screen. So I have rags I keep around just for this reason, and I wipe my stuff down. So here we go. So I'm going to stick this on to the top just like everything else. We screw this baby on. Now, normally, I've clicked it off. So it's 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. That's where your safety's going to be too. If like I dump it in, or not dump it, but place it in my purse so it's not going to auto fire. It does have a 10-second stop, so after 10 seconds it'll turn itself off and stop firing, but still I don't want it firing in my purse. So anyway, it's 5 clicks on, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you see the screen comes up. Now you're going to want to go into, if this was a brand new coil, and actually it's looking as coming up as 0 atomizer, so that's why I did this. So on this, it's 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3, and then the menu starts flashing. So the first one is where you set whether you have Nye, which is there. Then you can flip it over to Ti for titanium, or into watts. Let's see if it'll go. Oh, and the other thing is this thing flashes 10 times and will shut off, so sometimes you have to go back in to 1, 2, 3 to the thing. Okay, so there's the nichrome, the Ti, which is the titanium, and then you can switch it. So if you have your own build, it'll just go into, you want to go into the watts. So I want this on the nichrome, which it is, and then you're going to turn this to the left to go down to the next part of the screen. So I have mine set at 36.5 watts, which I'll keep it there. Now I'm going to go into the ohms, and this is how you lock and unlock. I just unlocked it so that it'll set itself. If you press this over to the left again, it will go down into battery, and you have the choice between what your battery level is, how many puffs you're taking, or the time. I leave mine on battery because I want to know what my battery is. So to get out, there's 2 options. You let it done flashing, or hit the fire button. So right now it's not reading as I have an atomizer on there, which means the pin is probably not touching. So just like anything else, sometimes these pins go in a little bit, so we've got to, make sure things are tight. So I probably loosened this coil a little bit, so I'm going to go in here and fix that. Yeah. And when you do that, that'll pop some of that down on the bottom a little bit. Screw this back on, and I always have a kit by my side, so I'm going to just pop this pin up just a hair so that it's past the bottom, which it is now, and hopefully it should read it. I had it locked, so once it's locked, it's hard, it won't reread it. So when this screws on, it should ask me if this is a new or an old coil, and depending on if it's a new coil or an old coil will determine where it sets at. So I think other people that you've had these devices know that. So I fired it on. Oh, and it's reading it at my 0.2 coil. So I want to lock that, so that, because right now that's what I've been using for the last few days. So I go into the menu, 1, 2, 3, and then it's flashing. So I just want to go through the menu, and you go down to atomizer, and I lock it by clicking it off to the right, and then you see a lock key. So I've locked the atomizer. Can you guys see that? It's flashing. And then I press this button to get out. That's your fire button. So now nothing's blinking. Now, I'm at 36 watts and this thing is only at 120 temperature. Now, it does not explain this in the book, but to change the temperature, you have to be out of the menu and you have to be in this form. Then you can use this to increase. See, this is in Celsius, so I'm running through and I'm at 300 degrees. So I want to take it all the way up to the top. I'm looking at it. So it's 600, it goes up to 600, and then it'll go into Celsius. So that's one disadvantage. So what I've done, so I don't accidentally, while I'm firing, hit this to the right or left, that's going to change the temperature because it's out of the menu. I have a vape band here somewhere. I took it off for the review, and I've just wrapped it around that, and it doesn't move, and I can't find it. So, it was here. Did I put it in the box? Anyway, I put a vape band around it, and that's been protecting that. I have no clue where it's gone. I'll have to find that later. It's here somewhere. Anyway, so let's take a vape on this. So like I said, I have this set at 600 degrees. I am using a night coil on it. It's actually 36.6 watts, which I really like, and it's a 0.2 ohm coil. So let's take a vape and see what happens. To be honest, that's not huge clouds. I know a lot of people like those really, really huge clouds. I found my vape band, by the way. Sorry, my cat took it. He was playing with it. So this is from Urban. They gave this to me, which is great. I love it. It's head in the clouds, which my husband's like, yep, my head's always in the clouds. So I slipped that right on, and it looks really cool. So it looks like that, and it holds this thing in place. That way it's not gonna, I have MS, so sometimes my hands slip, so I don't want it changing the temperature on me. This way it doesn't. It keeps it nice, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, with the colors and stuff, it matches up really, really nice. And of course it says head in the clouds on the back side. Thank you, Urban. I love you guys too. So anyway, I really, really have loved the Evic VT. I've, like I said, had this, this is a Max VG juice, from Cloud9. I absolutely love this flavor, Vampire Blood, which they are selling this line. You can get it online. I will put the links to their Facebook page, their also website. But Oregon Vape Society, also known as Got Juice, does sell this line, so call them and ask. It is fantastic. This, so far, this is the first one I've tried, and I'm in total love. It's like ripe strawberries, not that sicky sweet strawberries, and a nice cream finish. It is so smooth and wonderful. I absolutely adore it. I will put a link to Cloud9 and Vampire Blood in the description as well. So thank you, Cloud9. I absolutely adore it. It is wonderful. I can't wait to try the rest. They all look really good. Back to the VT. So I love this thing. It vapes wonderfully. I can take this up to 60 watts. I can change out and use a dripper. So when I'm doing juice reviews, I can be dripping, especially when I have a lot from a line. It's an easier way to do it for me instead of filling a tank. But the flavor in this is wonderful. I've gone from this, I had the RDNA 40, as many of you remember, with the Subtank Plus. Now I can take this off and use it on here, no worries, and it's actually going to fit much better than it does on the RDNA 40. A little hang over here. It's going to fit perfectly on this. But as compared to flavors from the Subtank to the Ego one are huge, and it has a lot to do with you know, going at 600 degrees, you're supposed to be between 30 and 45 watts with the night coil in. Titanium, it's a little bit less, because it's a higher ohm. But the juice flavor in this is absolutely amazing, and I can't say enough things. So I need to do again a shout out for the Evic VT and DeAndre and Charity. Thank you so very much. You guys are my wonderful friends. I love you two both and your family. And also, please go check them out. So far from what I've researched, they're the cheapest selling them at $120. You will not be disappointed. It's great to have those higher availabilities, the 100 to 150 mods for dripping and things like that. But if you are a normal vapor like myself, a lot of times you don't need all that power. So for going around town, by the way, this is a 5,000 mAh battery in here. Now, using higher temperatures, using higher watts, you're going to go through your battery pretty much the same as other ones, but they did make this a 5,000 mAh battery because of that. So the time on this for a lot of people is going to be couple days if they use other things. So, but the other thing, I can plug it in while I'm at the computer because I kind of chain vape like I chain smoked, and I can vape away and know that it's charging while I'm doing it. So if I want to go out for the day, I just unplug it and I go. You can use a card charger. It's a universal USB. They came with this, plus it came with the US plug-in to the wall. So this was a complete kit for $120. It is a hit in my book. I will do a 30-day update to see if I still like it, but so far this thing is amazing. I absolutely love it and will recommend it. So like I said, check it out. They have them at Vape Game. They're $150 there from my understanding, $120 at Oregon Vape Society, or Got Juice was their previous owners' names. They have changed that. So thanks everybody, and I will see you in the next review. Also check me out. I will be helping with the Mod Squad on Fridays and Saturday from 7 to 9 Eastern time. I will be hosting my own show on vaporstv.com, and it's the Misfits channel. So I hope to see you there, and good luck to everybody. Enjoy vaping, vape and breathe, and I love everybody. I'll talk to you soon.